Storms passing through the metro Friday evening, how it's causing the power company some trouble, not to mention all the people who are still in the dark this morning. And new overnight, a mall stabbing on Black Friday. What led to violence as people went from looking for bargains to looking for cover.
I did yell to my table, oh my gosh, here comes a boat, and he's coming in hot.
Yeah, a boat crashes right into a dock full of people. We'll tell you where this happened as the Coast Guard looks into what went wrong. The 16 WAPT News at 6 starts right now.
The one to watch. This is 16 WAPT News, live at 6.
Yes, indeed, a live look outside at I-55 at High Street. It is 6 o'clock this morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Earl Lawrence. Brooke Laser joins us now with your weather first. Good morning, Brooke.
Good morning, Earl. Well, we've certainly seen big improvements in visibility this morning already. A 10-mile visibility now here in Jackson, but still limitations to the southern portion of the viewing area. About 6 miles in Macomb and 3 in Columbia. So something to think about if you are headed out the door early this morning. Again, between about 1 and 3, it was definitely tough to see, but this is a much better improvement. And that's only a sign of what's to come as we look to today. A beautiful forecast for your afternoon as temperatures remain in the 70s. Back to you, Earl.
All right, thanks a lot, Brooke. This morning, Entergy crews are still working to restore power to just under 150 people. Last night's wind and rain led to some downed trees and power outages. We saw a tree down on some power lines at the intersection of Oak and Wood Streets in Jackson last night. Crews came out to get it cleared. As many as 500 customers in Hinds County lost power last night. And remember to get important severe weather alerts sent right to your phone. Just download the 16 WAPT weather app. To the latest on our Commitment 2018 coverage, today is the last day to vote absentee for the runoff elections. The circuit clerk's office will be open from 8 a.m. until noon. The mail-in deadline for absentee ballots is Monday at 5 in the evening. That's the latest they can be received. The Secretary of State's office says more than 21,000 absentee ballots have been requested. One of those races Mississippians will vote on is the runoff race for U.S. Senate. Yesterday, candidate Mike Espy joined supporters for his campaign Get Out the Vote Weekend of Action. He and his volunteers teamed up for a phone bank at the Espy campaign headquarters. They're reaching out to voters via telephone throughout the holiday weekend, encouraging them to vote for Espy on Tuesday.
We wanted to give all of you an opportunity to come to view the phone bank operation. Now, these are volunteers. We're not paying them. And obviously, we didn't pre-screen the calls because the first one said that he had not made up his mind.
Yeah, Espy says during the calls, he met both supporters and opposers. Meanwhile, Espy's opponent, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, has a couple of big campaign rallies coming up on Monday. Just one day before the election, President Donald Trump is holding 2 rallies. The first is in Tupelo at 4 p.m. and the second is in Biloxi at 8 p.m. Governor Phil Bryant and Senator Roger Wicker have also endorsed Hyde-Smith. A fraternity chapter in Vicksburg is offering people free rides to the polls. The alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi will offer voters a ride from 8 a.m. until noon. The rides are free, but they're only doing this in Vicksburg. Polls are open Tuesday from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Former U.S. Senate candidate Sean O'Hara has died. The Forest County coroner says he was found dead in his home Tuesday and that he died of natural causes. O'Hara was a Reform Party candidate in the U.S. Senate race in the November 6 election against Senator Roger Wicker. O'Hara was 60 years old. Mississippi's Attorney General is appealing a judge's decision to strike down one of the most restrictive abortion laws in the country. Attorney General Jim Hood says he will appeal the decision to ban Mississippi's law of abortion after 15 weeks. U.S. District Judge Carlton Reeves says the law, quote, unequivocally violates women's constitutional rights. Governor Phil O'Brien is also seeking to appeal the ruling. Today is Small Business Saturday, a chance for smaller retailers to offer their holiday merchandise in the wake of Black Friday. One group of businesses is the Fondren District in Jackson. Organizers say Small Business Saturday helps bring local dollars into the area. They say the mom and pop shops are the backbone of the Fondren District because the money stays in the community.
We've got over 21 restaurants, bars, bakeries, and coffee shops, a place to stop and grab a bite to eat. But all of our local boutiques are unique. They offer personal service, and we welcome everybody to come out to Fondren.
Organizers say they're excited about customers coming out today since the repaving of their sidewalks. You can find local shops all throughout the metro offering bargains today. New overnight, Black Friday shopping turned violent at a mall in Syracuse, New York. A fight broke out inside Macy's. Police say two men stabbed each other. One man was stabbed in the stomach, the other in his back. People were evacuated from part of the mall while police secured the area. Some shoppers said the encounter was terrifying.
Makes you feel a little unsafe here in the city with all of these people rushing and fighting for sales.
I have never seen anything like this happen.
It's still a little scary, especially with all the shootings happening.
Yeah, I can imagine. Both men who are stabbed are expected to be okay. No word yet on any charges. Just hours earlier, there was a deadly shooting inside a mall in Alabama. It happened at the River Chase Galleria just south of Birmingham. A fight broke out between two people late Thanksgiving night. One of the people in the fight was an 18-year-old boy who was shot. A 12-year-old girl was also hit by a stray bullet. Both were rushed to the hospital. An officer killed the 21-year-old shooter. Shoppers were forced to take cover in stores and in stock rooms.
We heard someone shout, "active shooter," and that's when we knew something was wrong and we started to run.
I thought the guy was going to walk out right there and I was going to get shot.
Police said they were able to respond to the shooting quickly because there were more officers on duty at the mall for Thanksgiving and Black Friday shopping. And there was a scare at the mall in Miami. A fire alarm started to sound at the Dolphin Mall yesterday evening as shoppers could be seen running here in panic. It turned out to be a false alarm, though. A spokesperson saying someone either pulled the alarm or it was triggered by smoke in the kitchen. Shopping did resume after the confusion went away. One group of people got quite the surprise when a ferry boat crashed into a dock in San Francisco. Now, the Coast Guard is looking into what went wrong. Katie Udis is following this developing story.
Anything to kind of give people a heads up.
Passengers on Golden Gate Ferry's MS San Francisco say they had no warning of the impending crash.
We were joking about how we're going way too fast to be coming into this, and immediately after we stopped joking about it, we smashed into the first piling, and then we deflect into the actual port itself.
People eating at the San Francisco Ferry building saw the boat coming their way around 2:30.
I did yell to my table, "Oh my gosh, here comes a boat," and he's coming in hot.
It was definitely very hectic. There was quite a bit of yelling and stuff going on board.
Some took out cameras, others bolted.
And then I thought it was going to go straight into the restaurant, so I started running the opposite direction.
The impact cracked the concrete, knocked over the railing, and shook the slanted door restaurant.
The handrail looks like a simple piece of metal. It's actually a deceptively strong safeguard to make sure that if anything like this were to happen, there would be no further damage to people on land.
The captain said it was technical failure.
The Coast Guard is now looking into the computer systems to determine how fast the boat was traveling and if the captain was in control. All 5 crew members will be drug tested and interviewed.
The vessels are inspected frequently by the U.S. Coast Guard, so there is a lot of oversight.
That was Katie Udis reporting. The captain says mechanical failure led to the crash as 53 people were on board, 2 of them reporting minor injuries, a bruised hip and a sore back. 6:08 is our time now, and Brooke joins us with another look at our Saturday forecast.
Good morning, Earl. Well, we do still see a little bit of water on the roads as you're getting outside, so maintain caution while driving. Of course, this is always a good idea. A little bit of visibility limitations earlier this morning, but they're already improving, and they'll certainly improve by the time the sun rises. Forecasting for a beautiful day as temperatures remain in the low 70s. Will rise into the 50s by 9 and then the 60s by noon. Mostly sunny not only today, but also tomorrow. I'll have an answer on when you can expect rain again in my full forecast coming up.
We're calling this a superstar fender bender. Coming up, Steph Curry gets into an accident on the highway. What happened, and will it affect him from returning to the court? And migrants continue to face hostility as they make their way closer to the U.S.-Mexico border, but there are some who want to help. Ahead, we'll tell you what's being called the caravan of love. First, though, a live look here from County Line Road and I-55 using our Hilton County Line Skycam. Still a wet morning here at 6:09. You're watching 16 WAPT News, the one to watch.